Everyone. Today we'll be covering IBM TRIRIGA Workplace Services and specifically the end user portal in regards to maybe reserving some rooms, requesting services, getting moved, and locating people. So this is the platform that we're going to be opening up, as an end user. This is something that we can see either on our desktop or we can go over to a phone as well. This is going to be a perceptive application that as you move your screen, it's going to scale the size wise and make sure that you can see everything on that screen. This isn't going to be something you can download from the App Store or Google Play Store because it is a perceptive application and it's going to work on any browser that you're using in your company. So starting off on this top left-hand corner, we can tell immediately that it's going to detect where we are in our location. This is just our general Charlotte Watson Center location because as you can see, I have my location settings turned off, but we can easily go in here and change a building as needed. Going down the screen, you'll see what I talked about with the reserve capabilities, requesting service. We can move or request a move, and then locate and find people and rooms if maybe we're new to the facility or going somewhere and trying to find someone we haven't found before. Continuing to scroll down just to showcase the benefits of this landing portal, we can immediately see all the reservations that we have for the upcoming month. We can see some requests that we have maybe between individual moves. And then there's also some of those maintenance requests, maybe if the room's too cold or there's a lighting issue with the light out. You'll see below that all these have been issued, but as I go forward and make one of these today, you'll also notice that these can come in as pending. So sometimes there are things that need approval from maybe a move manager or a maintenance manager. So you'll notice that these are going to be dynamically changing based on what's been approved and what's not been approved. Here at the very bottom, we've actually also added in a news article section. So I promote this as I'd like this to be the main landing page for a lot of companies. Their employees come in, sign in, even walking in on their phone, they can choose what room they want to sit at for the day, their workstation, and get all their basic needs done at the beginning, and also see those news articles as they come in to the room or come into the company. So first, with that being said, I'm going to start with the reserve section. So how someone would go about coming in and maybe reserving a meeting room for the day. As it prompts us in, you'll notice that we have options right here for meeting spaces and workspaces. I want to start with meeting spaces right now inside of Charlotte. And we have the option to, of course, change what day we want, what time we want, or make this an all-day event. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is a fine time for me. I'm going to choose conference, and there's going to be about 5 attendees here. So I could search here. I could search and select amenities that I want, but we can also do this at the very end. So I'm just going to do a generic search right now. When this loads up, you'll see that we have a few options to choose from. Either we have a list of all the rooms available, we can see a time frame of the availability of the rooms, or if we're not sure really where some of these rooms are, I always like going over to the floor plan. Green is available, and you'll notice that it's dynamically changing. If we increase the capacity to 8 people, some of these rooms are going to go away just because it does know that those aren't capable of hosting that many people. So I'm going to go ahead and select this room, and let's go and book it. So even with me talking through all this, it's going to be a really quick process. We don't want something that bogs down employees as they come in. We want something that's really quick and straightforward. You'll notice that there's very few prompts here. We do have to have a subject for it and the start and end time, of course, but that's about it. This is where we could, though, go add equipment if we're looking to add equipment. And then if we have catering available, that'll go, whatever we add will be paid for by our allocated business unit. This does hold, so if you go in here and don't click book, it will resort back to being available in about 30 minutes, but we want to give people the time to maybe, if this is a conference room, go ahead and hold it. Reach out to some other people going into that conference room and say, hey, is this time good for you? Let's go ahead and book this now. So all we can do from here is either add another room or let's go ahead and create that reservation. As this populates, when we go back to the main screen, we'll notice that this is immediately available right now. Because this is the time that I'm currently in, I can either choose to end this early. If I put a meeting out for a time later on than it currently is, I can choose to check in when it gets close to that time. The one thing I do want to show you is that, like I said, this is a very platform agnostic model. So let's say we come in on our work phone. So this is something that we can do if we come in on our phone. We have all the same capabilities you can see scrolling down. And from here, I want to go show what it's going to be like walking into the building in the morning, maybe reserving your own workstation versus meeting room. So when this loads up, we'll notice that we have similar options, but we're just going to go down and toggle to the workspace now. And we have some quick checks. We noticed talking to a lot of customers that either they need something for today or tomorrow and either a half day or all day. So we have these quick settings, but we also have advanced if you want to go a little bit more in depth, saying that this is going to be for 2 days from now at this time. But for here, we're just going to keep it all day today, quick and simple. Going in, we also have the ability to have the list. We also have the floor plan like usual, and these actually are prompting us for some parking spaces, which is really nice. If this is a building that does have assigned parking, you can go ahead and book one of these as you're booking a room. So I'm again going to go over to the floor plan. You see we're prompted first on the parking floor, but I'm going to go up into the office level. Here, we can pinch with our fingers and zoom in or drag the slider. You'll notice that there's a few open cubicles down here. So I'm just going to choose one that I like and click book. But we also see that this is maybe ADA compliant, has some Ethernet hookups, so we can see the amenities here. We also have the option to favorite this. So maybe next time when I come in, I want to have the same exact room. And that's where I just click up here on this star, and that will show me all my favorite rooms. So let's favorite this one for next time. We can go in and book this one. And as, of course, we're going to have our subject, having it all day today. We can have instructions, so maybe we want another nice ergonomic chair or something like that. But again, down here, the hold is going to be similar to the one we saw with the meeting rooms. We can add another room, add a parking space, like I mentioned. But I'm going to go ahead once again and just create this reservation. When this happens, we can simply scroll down again, and when we scroll down, we're going to notice that it's going to pop up in this month's reservations. So let's grab this and scroll on down. Oh, clicked on something there. But we can actually see it over here. If we refresh the page, it should come in from our phone. And right down here, there we go, workstation for the day. So that's all I want to show today in terms of reserve. Check out some of the other videos if you want to see some of the other request services, move me, and locate functionalities.